All right, we are back and at it. Welcome everybody to what is going to be a shortened episode of The Gamer's Guide to Business. I am here with Moji today. If you want to just take
Hi.
a second, introduce yourself, get started with who you are, what you do, all that sort of stuff.
I'm Mogs. I'm a full-time streamer on Twitch. I've been full-time for about 5 years. Kind of seen Twitch, start from, it switched over from Justin TV to like what it is now and just blow up over the past couple of years. So
So were you streaming initially on Justin TV?
I was not. I actually just found Justin TV before it switched to Twitch.
Okay, same actually, which is I like. You look at where it is now and where it was, and like the branding that went behind the change, like always blows my mind because like I'll even see still like old graphics that I made or really just anything, and it still is like Justin.tv whatever, and it's just like this crazy thing. So what got you into streaming?
Ironically enough, back like you used to be able to stream privately on Twitch. Like you could put a password on your channel and like no one could see unless people had the password. And my friends just wanted to see like this art that I was doing because I used to draw on MS Paint all the time. And my Twitch banner is actually what I drew 6 years ago before I started like streaming off private. And they just like to watch. And eventually, fast forward a couple of months, I was like, what if I just stream to everyone? Let's see what happens. And I just like that, sitting down on the couch, but not really because it's over the internet type of feel. And it's just everyone's just hanging out.
That's pretty cool. What initially did you stream?
What I initially streamed,
Like game wise?
I initially streamed TF2.
Okay, way back.
Yeah,
Does
way
that
back.
is that game still even like being played?
I heard they kind of ruined it repeatedly with changes and stuff like that. So I don't actually know. I can't even look at the game anymore.
Okay, because I like just this morning discovered like the new CS:GO. What is it, Black Strike or whatever, the battle royale
Oh,
that
I
they
didn't even hear
have.
about that.
Yeah, they just
Yeah, I
made a
didn't.
battle royale now too, and it's
Oh,
just
of
like
course.
it's so weird because it's like every other battle royale you like drop in and you can like completely control your character and when you drop and where you drop and all this, and like CS:GO is only a 16 person battle royale and you like pick a spot on a map and then it like drops you like basically if you were in Fortnite and your parachute was like just being deployed, and it's like super weird. And
It sounds like normal CS. Like
yeah, like you
that's very
buy
weird.
ammo and you can like find smaller weaponry, but you have to like find money on the ground and then drone in like better stuff. It's like really weird, but anyway,
The air of BRs.
yeah. So what got you into streaming publicly?
Um, I think I just like wanted to keep that couch feeling going. I just wanted to see if I could just get a group of people to hang out and just enjoy gaming because I don't know, that's just fun to me. I've never felt any differently throughout the 5 years I've been streaming. I just want to get that group of people to hang out and like laugh at a game, be sad at a game, miserable, whatever. It's just experiencing it.
Cool. What I feel like I had so many more questions initially. What was like that first moment that you wanted to take it full time or that you thought you could take it full time?
Uh, I think it was when I had like a core group of 10 people who watched no matter what I did. I could be on MS Paint, I could be doing nothing, and they would just show up. And that loyalty just made me realize that like people like this, and I think I can just, get bigger and do more things and just get more people watching.
That's awesome. What was that transition like? Because the thing that I love about your community is that it's like super strong, super well knit, but it isn't super like boisterous, if that makes sense. Like your community is a community that like initially when I first came in, like because we were first basically introduced us into the AM affiliates, and we were
Yeah.
kind of one of the first two to kind of like really start to push their program, and just like stopping your stream, I was immediately welcomed and like drawn into everything. But one thing that always struck me, and I want to hear your thoughts on, is what's with the flock.
What's the flock like? What are they about?
Yeah, what got you
Oh,
into the flock and your interest in that?
I think it was just that like other people could feel the same way that I felt, you know, because I'm an emotional streamer. That's who I am, you know, like I'm not afraid to be like, you know, today I'm having an off day or today I'm having a great day. Like that's what got me into like just being with my community because like I don't want to stand out in front of them. I just like want to be with them, you know, like just have this community that's just there for each other. And that's kind of like what you said, like we're not loud and we're not in your face, but like if you join in, like you're welcome to be a part of the flock if you want to.
And how did you get that first batch of people in to maintain, because like a lot of people, myself included, struggle with like if I change games then suddenly massive cut in viewership, but how are you able to maintain that between game to game?
You have to rely on your loyalty from your main group because no matter what you do, like people are going to watch you for a certain game eventually, whether it's Dead by Daylight, CS:GO, you know, whatever. Like people will show up because it's like watching their favorite TV show every day, and you're just gonna have to deal with the fact that people want to see that game, and if you switch, they're not going to. But you will have those people who will watch you no matter what, and those people will carry you on to find other people who are looking for that new game that you're playing, and they just happen to stumble upon you. So it's tough, but you can't just like you can't focus too much on the numbers. You just gotta believe in your community to like push you forward.
What would you say to those people that are focused just on the numbers, that are like kind of getting worn out because they aren't seeing an increase in viewership?
It's really hard because I mean everyone wants to grow, you know. Like my numbers get to me sometimes, you know. Like it's human. You're going to look at them and you're gonna go, I'm not where I want to be. But if you're constantly looking at them, you're not gonna be able to see where you can go because you're just like so focused on them that you are limiting yourself to maybe see new things or you know you're not going to see those 5 new people that came in because you're just like well it wasn't 15, you know, it was only 5, but those 5 people will tell a friend, and that's literally how my community started. Like one person told another person and eventually, you know, it grew.
What's next for the flock community?
I just want to like take over the world, you know.
Who doesn't?
I just want to like get be able to rent out something and just like fly everyone down and like have a pizza party. Like I just want to do stuff like that. Like that's what's next like on my list of like just that jump if I could.
Do you find yourself now more able to, with like the inventions and creations of certain like cons, do you find yourself having an easier time relating and connecting with your audience now that you're able to say meet them in person? Do you find that that's something that is being well reciprocated?
Yeah, conventions are awesome because it's something mutual. You know, it's not like meeting at someone's house. You know, it's just we're going to this place for a mutual interest, and there's also other things at this place that you can discover. You know, Twitch has its Twitch panels, and even I go with my community to some of these panels, and it's just a great way to hang out and meet everyone. It's like, oh, you're real, and you know, like yes, I'm real, and it's yes, conventions are wonderful.
What's been your favorite moment at a convention?
I think it was TwitchCon 2016. My community all got together and took a group photo, and I got sick actually, so I wasn't able to. I was supposed to be in it, but I got really sick, and they took it anyway, and they sent it to me, and I remember just looking at it, and immediately I cried because you know, they didn't do it to just be, like, they didn't show up to just show up because I was there. They showed up because they wanted to, and they, you know, that's just my community. They're strong like that.
How does that make you feel? Because like I can come up with obviously nothing like that awesome, but just like seeing my viewers go from my stream to then other people's streams. Like initially my biggest struggle was when affiliates first came out. Like I had kind of gotten off kilter with my schedule and I wasn't necessarily able to keep and maintain a strict schedule. So a lot of the people that were watching me then went off to like other people that watched my stream as well streams, and I felt like part of me should have been so mad, but I'm like, this is good. This is really, really good.
Yeah. Seeing other people in like other streams is honestly a really good feeling.
So
Yeah.
let's dive in to how you got introduced to then affiliations like IntoTheAm and other ones that you have. Do you want to go through kind of who you're all sponsored with, affiliated with, and kind of how you stumbled upon those?
Yeah, right now I'm affiliated with IntoTheAm and Quip. I choose not to take too many sponsorships because if I personally don't like the product, like I can't push it on my community. Like I'm not there for like the quick $5, you know.
Yeah.
Everything about what I do is like that loyalty. And that loyalty shines in through like IntoTheAm and Quip. You know, they'll message me like, you know, this is outstanding, you know, you're doing a great job. And because my community believes if I say try this product, they know I like it. So companies will reach out to me, and if I like it, then I'll give it a go.
What were some of the struggles initially getting that started? Because initially it's a concept that isn't always well received.
Yeah, initially it's hard because everyone kind of wants the sponsorship. It looks cool, it's like I can say I'm sponsored by something, but it's hard to find the good ones. You have to find ones that are right for you, and sometimes that's just a struggle. You gotta say no to people sometimes.
How have you found success within saying no to people? Are there any that you like otherwise would be like, yes, absolutely, I want this so bad, but you've kind of had to
Yeah.
say no just for the sake of keeping your morale?
Uh, Fortunately or unfortunately, no company that I've really wanted to work with has approached me now to say. But saying no to certain products that I don't want to use, my community was able to understand like I'm not just going to shill things to them, and uh, I just feel like if I got that sponsorship that I really wanted, they know like I want that and they'll support it.
That's awesome. What would you do differently if you were just starting streaming today?
Uh, I honestly don't think I would do anything different, as honest as that may sound, because I could say like I would get a stream deck, but that didn't exist back then. Like sure, gear I could change, but no, that didn't exist back then. So just who I am as a person and what I do in my stream, I couldn't really change anything because then that would just change basically my brand.
How important have you found it to your community and the integrity of it to, like, currently you're raising money for one of your friends. Do you want to talk about that? Hopefully we can maybe also
Yeah.
help donate.
Yeah, we're doing a fundraiser right now for one of my longtime viewers who his brother unfortunately has passed away. And his brother didn't have any insurance, so I was just like, you know what? My community crushed this month. Like I can pay my rent. That's all I really care about. So let's just if you're gonna donate to me, please donate to this instead because, that's such a bad situation to be in, and I understand and he's been so loyal, so it's just giving back.
That's awesome. What keeps you streaming today?
Uh just the loyalty and the fun that's behind it, like every time I go live every single day, it's like, all right, what can we do to hang out? Like let's just have fun because like the world's so chaotic, and sometimes streaming is just like that little escape from just like everything that's just crazy right now.
If somebody comes up to you and says, hey, I need to start streaming or I want to start streaming, I don't care about sponsorships or anything like that. That's kind of irrelevant. But like, say they are struggling to build their community, what would you tell them in terms of how, based on what you've learned building yours, how they could build one of their own?
You have to just really push for your friends to watch your channel, even if they just leave it up. That one viewer, people will see that you're streaming to like 2 viewers, and they'll click your channel because some people do want to get away from like the massive big chats and just talk to someone more personally. So that like just having your friends there interacting with that person who comes in, or that person comes in because they see you have a couple of numbers, like you just gotta really rely on your friends to help you kind of push you forward.
What's been your favorite streaming experience during your full-time live?
Oh man. Oh, I don't know. There's just so many.
What's been your favorite
Um,
game? What's been your favorite game to play live?
my favorite game to play live. Definitely the beginner's guide.
Okay.
Um, yeah, that's it's basically a narrative. You kind of just sit there and like let the guy talk, and you play through it, and it just tugged at my heart, dude. And I felt like the chat just like globally, everyone was just like emotional and crying, and that was definitely just something like to experience. It was crazy.
Bouncing off that then, do you feel like it's important or vital to play games that encourage or require viewer interaction, or do you find that it doesn't maybe necessarily matter?
I think viewer interaction is very important. Yeah, like games like Domina or just things where your viewers can become literally a character in the game. Like you start rooting for them, you get excited, like, yeah, come on, you could do this. And then when they die, like you're sad and they're sad, but it just builds that connection. Yeah, I think it's very important.
I laugh at that internally because I remember that is exactly how I got started. Like I would straight up before like Open RCT2, like I would go to Roller Coaster Tycoon and I would be like, what characteristic do you want to be in the game? Or I would find somebody that I knew well enough and I would be like, he just bought a balloon, I'm gonna rename him. So like I have text conversations still to this day with people from a specific stream years ago where I was playing Roller Coaster Tycoon and we just built a balloon stand because that's like the most popular freaking thing in that game. And we just clicked on the first person that bought a balloon, and we followed him around the park. So now, like, notoriously, there's his name in the game was Felix C. So now we, like, every time that we build a park, he will show up because it's just part of the user-generated names. And, like, his happiness meter is always through the roof, and he's like the happiest son of a gun in the world, but like his hunger is also through the roof, but he will like forego buying any food to go on this great like 23 intensity rating roller coaster because I don't know, but like, do you have any kind of things that have stuck over the years?
Stuck in what way? Like just things that I do?
Like a moment that kind of lives on in eternity.
Oh god, yeah, I have one of those. I was playing Lisa and I was near the end of it, and you had to jump over this thing, and it's not a hard jump, and that's why chat will never let me live this down for the rest of my life. I just missed the jump like 3 times in a row, and chat just like, Moji, you can't make that jump. And now every single time I play a game and I don't make the jump, someone makes a quip about you can't make that jump, and I'm just like, really guys, it's been like 3 years.
Absolutely. And like, how have you taken parts of your personality and kind of incorporated that with your community? Because like the one thing that I always love and laugh at is every time you hiccup, because you've embraced it and made an emote that's straight up your hiccup. Like, how did that come about, and what would you tell people that are maybe a little bit shy or kind of reserved to just embrace that?
I think the sooner you can embrace who you are, the better your stream will be, and the more you'll feel confident to stream. Because like I used to feel weird that I hiccuped all the time because people are like, it's just one, and I felt like awkward about it. But no, I just randomly hiccup, and now it's just been a running gag on the stream for 4 years or whatever, and people get a kick out of it, and they like that. And I don't feel like being a streamer, I've become so much more confident in myself. Like I'm not afraid to be on camera anymore, and whatever. Like if you're shy of camera, that's okay. Like you'll get used to it eventually.
Would you say that you used maybe intentionally or unintentionally streaming and playing video games online as kind of that medium to build that charisma and comfortableness?
Oh, 100%. I didn't realize at the time, but like I definitely use streaming as a way to grow myself to be more charismatic and more confident, and it's been really great. I wouldn't change a thing.
What would you do if you weren't streaming?
Oh man, I wanted to go into psychology or like cooking, so I don't know. I'd probably be like a depressed chef or something.
Can we expect cooking streams moving forward?
I kind of want to do cooking streams. I just don't. I got to figure out the tech. I'm not very tech savvy, and I feel like I would drop the camera in the pan or something, and that would be terrible.
I can help you with that. Absolutely.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Really, I've covered a lot of my questions, but like, I want to talk about also how, like, yesterday I was doing a bunch of editing, and like every time I'd like take a break, I'd come back on Twitch and I'm like, oh, who's online? I'm like, you're online. And I'd like pop in and out every so often. How have you kind of balanced your life, since this is what you do full time? How have you kind of embraced that and kind of accepted like, okay, I'm here for 7-ish, 8 hours a day, however long you do stream, but how have you kind of gotten comfortable doing that?
Yeah. Oh, I've had to just like figure out, it's easy as a streamer to not take care of yourself, because it's like, at the end of the day, like, you are playing games, and it's easy to just binge a game for like 10 hours. And I've had to like make sure I'm eating, because I realize if I don't eat, I'm getting grumpy on stream. But if I do take care of myself, I can stream, like you said, I'm on, like I'm there because I'm good to go. And in a way, it's like helped me realize to be more of an adult.
That's absolutely true. Like I totally can attest to that. Like if I wasn't starting a business, like I'd absolutely be like full-fledged into streaming again, because like that it is hard. Like I remember I was doing 3 days a week at 4 hours a stream, and I even felt like that was just death and a half. Like I could not bear doing that. What's one game that you haven't played yet on stream that you're looking forward to playing?
I guess Red Dead. I haven't played the first one, but everyone's like saying you don't have to play the second one. And everyone's always enraptured like with the beauty and the detail in it. So I'm very excited to check that out, because I do appreciate when people put a lot of time and effort into something.
Yeah. Has there been like a game that has been suggested by your community that you've really kind of fallen in love with?
Mutant Year Zero was one, and XCOM. I never thought I would play an XCOM type game because I'm not what I thought was patient enough to do that. And my stream kept saying, "Play XCOM, play. It's on sale, play." I'm like, "No, guys." And then eventually I got it for free, and I'm like, "All right, I guess I'll play it, guys." And then I just loved XCOM. And then Mutant Year Zero is very similar to XCOM. It's more stealthy, but very similar. And yeah, I'm very thankful that they pushed hard on that.
I'm gonna throw a suggestion in the hat, and I don't know how, if it is even possible to play on PC, but I don't know if you've ever heard the game A Town with No Name.
I have not.
It's they ran it at one of the GDQs a while back, but like basically it's an Amiga game from like the 90s or something that these kids, I think in like Australia, built. And like it is just like you go from a train. I'm not gonna spoil too much, but like you come out of a train and you step and kill on this spider, and then your first bit of dialogue is with this old man, and you're trying to figure out where you are and if you stopped at the right station, and the music was so loud that you couldn't comprehend what the old man was saying. So then you like basically end up going on this murdering rampage through like these quick time events. It's like, if there's a way, I will absolutely figure it out, but like I cried laughing. It is like the funniest game ever that I can probably experience. Really, like I said, I kind of answered or asked most of what I wanted to ask. Is there anything that you kind of want to free lib or just kind of talk about in terms of how you got to where you are today?
I guess the most important thing I could say is just be true to yourself, you know? Like because streaming's it's literally becoming like a household name now due to top content creators and Amazon, buying out Twitch. A lot of people know what Twitch is now. And it's easy to be like, I want to be the next ninja, but like you literally can never be ninja, like you got to be you and just stay true to that. And that will help you not be as burnt out, because this streaming, the biggest thing to deal with is the burnout. Because, you are your own worst critic. You're thinking like, what can I do better? What can I do? You're always in your own head. And if you're just true to yourself and be honest and be like, I need to take breaks. I need to, go eat and just have fun, be yourself. No matter if that's like doing commentary, being a jokester, or being serious, just have fun with it.
Have you found any struggle with community outreach and bringing new people in being a variety streamer?
Somewhat, because, a lot of people do want to see a certain game. Like I've history in shooters, and a lot of people like want to see me play shooters, or they used to, but like the past 2 years I've been switching over to variety full time, and people just like, they come in now like, can you play the new game? Can you play the new game that's coming out? Yeah. And that's a great feeling, because that's where I wanted to be at.
How is Super Smash Bros. treating you?
Great. I'm actually getting kind of good at it, which is really weird.
It looks different from what I've kind of seen from my lurking. There's like a story mode now that you have to go through.
Oh, it's like, I thought it was gonna be like 10 hours at most, because I'm like, it's a fighting game, but no, I've been like 60 hours in, and then a whole nother thing happened, and like there's another 60 hours to go through. So yeah, the story mode is huge.
That's awesome. I'm gonna take this slightly off tangent. Since I do own a storytelling company, what's been your favorite game story-wise?
A Beginner's Guide.
Yeah?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Appreciate your time. If there's any questions that anybody watching would like to ask, please feel free. I feel so like this is totally like much shorter than I anticipated, but like it's so, I resonate exactly with how you build your community and how you've built it and how it sits, and like it's so, the way you do things just makes it, like they say, if you're doing something right, nobody knows that you're doing anything at all. And I think that like that totally resonates with your community, because like you've got an abundance of people that come watch, but like I feel like you're like totally content with where you are.
Yeah, like of course everyone wants to grow, and I want to grow for reasons just giving back. The more I can basically, I guess, get, the more I can also just give back, and that's just something I really want to do, because I'm every day thankful for the people who show up.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time. Keep crushing life. And
Thank you.
Where can people find you?
You can find me at twitch.tv/StarMogs or Twitter, which is the same thing, /StarMogs.
So you pronounce your actual like full abbreviation like Moji, correct?
Yeah, I was previously Moji. There's a whole story on my name, and Moji was another variant of my other name, and then now I get called Mogs a lot. So eventually, I just like I wanted to drop the underscore in my name, so I just switched to StarMogs.
Because I totally accidentally called you like internally before we had ever chatted like Mogs because I was so used to playing World of Warcraft
Yeah.
and like transmogrification. I'm like, that's gotta be it, right? But like totally not at all. Do you want to
No.
touch about that? How that came about?
I used to go by Moggy, like Moggi, and like other variants of that. And I had a friend back in the Ventrilo days when we played Guild Wars together. For some reason, he'd just come in and scream Moji, but like really long-winded. I'm like, that's not my name, Sharp. What are you doing? And then, for some reason, my name kept getting taken. So I was like, screw it, I'll just switch to Moji. Who's gonna take that? Like, it's just spelled weird and it sounds weird and I like it. And then fast forward, everyone takes my name. But
Yeah.
yeah, I switched to Mogs from Moji because a lot of people just call me Mogs in general.
Perfect. Thanks so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Take care, everybody.